On behalf of Mayor Box, our City Council, and the Human Relations Commission, we extend a warm welcome to Social Justice Award recipients, their friends, and their family. Each year, the Human Relations Commission works to select individuals and organizations that are doing work that reflects the vision of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., opening doors of opportunity and access in every area of community life. For the past 27 years, the annual Social Justice Awards have recognized 128 individuals or organizations here in our city. Each year on the Wednesday after the Martin Luther King Day celebration, the Human Relations Commission presents the Social Justice Awards in the categories of community relations, education, employment, government relations, health services, and housing. The Holland Youth Advisory Council also selects the Youth Social Justice Award. So before we go any further, I would like to acknowledge that we have a sign interpreter here today. Her name is Beth McGinnis, and she's going to be following along with us as best as she can. I would like to introduce members of the Social Justice Award Committee and recognize them for their work this year. They review lots of nominations, have lots of discussions, and I just want to acknowledge their work. So I'd like to ask each commissioner to stand as I read your name. Chair Tori Farian, Penny Schaff, Commissioner Janet Heiser, Commissioner Catherine Ristela-Bass. And then I'd also like to recognize and acknowledge the rest of our Human Relations Commissioners that also work very hard in other areas of our work. They include Jeff Minkus, Cindy Pocock, Polly Korn, Nikki Arenshorst, and Alexandra Darland. I would also like to recognize our student representatives that include Leila Sudararajan, Boston Wilkinson, and Anders Traver. And of course, we're very thankful for the support of our City Council liaison, Lynn Raymond. The Commission strives to foster a community where all residents know they are honored, valued, and unhindered by bias, misunderstanding, and conflict. We promote diversity, equity, inclusion, and access in housing, education, employment, and public service. We pursue a community of belonging for all residents with consideration for groups that are underrepresented, underserved, or marginalized. At this time, I would like to introduce our Holland Youth Advisory Council Chair, Yaslin Ochoa, to make the presentation of the Youth Social Justice Award. Yaslin?
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Yaslin Ochoa, and I'm the chair of the Holland Youth Advisory Council, also known as HYAC. Every year, we have the distinct privilege of selecting a high school student in the area to receive the Youth Social Justice Award, an award that recognizes someone's commitment to improving our community and making it a better place to call home. This year, we had 3 nominees, all worthy of the award, and it was a very difficult decision. Naja Haitma, a counselor at Holland High School, nominated one of the winner, and she states, "The nominee brings a global perspective to Holland and consistently exemplifies social justice through actions that uplift marginalized communities, amplify youth voices, and promote equity. Their work centers inclusion, access, cultural understanding, advocacy for those often overlooked." They devoted over 150 hours of volunteer work this past fall to numerous organizations, including Community Action House, the Holland Museum, the Salvation Army, Single Mom, Holland Public Schools, the Holland Youth Advisory Council, and Tulip City Walls. Their volunteer work consistently centers equity, access, cultural connection, and hands-on support for residents across age groups, backgrounds, and needs. This is only a short description of the long list of contributions this student has made to our community. To name them all would take too much time. On behalf of the Holland Youth Advisory Council and the City of Holland, it is my honor to present this year's Youth Social Justice Award to Holland High Senior Ano Mangrio. please come up and receive your award. Okay. So next up, I would like to call up Chairperson Tori Fearon. Oh, okay. Okay. And then Tori Fearon.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here to celebrate some pretty amazing people and all they do for our community. My name is Tori Fearon, and I'm the chair for the city's Human Relations Commission. And to be honest, that title does not allow me any real superpowers other than to start our meetings and lead us through our agenda. But as I stand here this evening, I am going to commandeer a little bit of your time to tell you about the recipient of the Social Justice Award for Accessibility, Kayla Gearing. I'm doing this because of the years I've known and worked with Kayla. I know her well enough to tell you that she will not tell you all that she has accomplished and brought to Holland High School. And in the very few years since she's joined the faculty there, on top of it. Kayla has been instrumental in bringing Holland High's peer-to-peer program, which allows friendships to bloom between students in general education and students with special needs. It allows for every student at Holland High to walk with pride and excitement down the halls waiting to see friends in the hall, and that they might not have classes with, but still have special friendships. You may also have seen news stories, literal news stories, on TV featuring Holland High and their basketball unified sports team. This was due to Kayla bringing this amazing program to our school. Imagine categorical students playing basketball game with every Holland High School student watching and cheering them on. I mean, posters being held up with their names, running into cheering friends and students, cheers erupting like every ball carrier is a game-winning shot. I have witnessed a quiet and unassuming student, Gabe, become a three-point shooting hero of the school, praised and congratulated as he walked down the halls. Other unified sports teams, soccer, disc, golf, and track, have also been an amazing opportunity, allowing every Holland High student to back and cheer on categorical students like they would any Friday night player before a big game. And when Kayla brought this program to Holland High, she was fighting for the same opportunities for her students that every other student has. What she accomplished as a result was absolutely awesome to witness. She didn't stop there, however. She also goes out to dinner before school dances and prom with her students. They get to know the feeling of getting dressed up, heading out to a nice dinner, and being part of the school community. All of this is for the love of her student, and it goes far beyond her job as a teacher, which we all know demands so much of every teacher. She has brought such a huge impact to every student through her visionary approach to add these amazing programs to Holland High. Every Holland High student has gained immense pride and compassion for all of the other Holland High students. Last year, she won the Holland Public Schools Power H Impact Award. This year, the HRC is so proud to be able to show her what her efforts have done for the city of Holland. I have no doubt that she'll continue to do more, which I can't even imagine how she could manage. But I am so proud to have been able to witness all of her efforts in person and to see the impact she's had on everyone around her. So please help me congratulate her.
Thank you. And if you want to come watch a unified game, we play at the Dome, 4 o'clock on Friday.
I'm very excited to introduce Janet to present our next Social Justice Award.
Well, I'm pleased to be a Holland resident. The beautiful, clean, well-plowed sidewalks and streets. As I was recovering from a broken hip, not related to snow and ice, I went to the Holland Aquatic Center and walked the lazy river, and then enjoyed the steam room, and then the place I like to call the Manatee Pond. It's a hot tub, a big one, with a lot of chubby gray things floating around quietly. Sitting in the hot tub, the Manatee Pond, telling jokes and enjoying the other people there, I came to meet some people that were much younger than I, and clearly not there for broken hips, that told me about the place where they were living and recovering and building a new life. And I was deeply impressed with the joy and hope that they demonstrated as they were building their lives from a place of very lostness. And so they told me about their organization called Reach for Recovery. And I said, you know, you can nominate your organization, get some help from one of your staff members and that sort of thing, and nominate your organization. And sure enough, when that lovely nomination came through, we were so pleased to award Reach for Recovery for their health, for the health award. And I'm going to let them tell you about their 50 years of service and the many people that they've helped build a new life. So is Jeff here, or Jeff? We've not met.
Thank you very much. Hi, my name's Jeff Marshall. I'm the executive director of Reach for Recovery. I've been with the organization about 5.5 years. Our organization itself has been around 55 years. We were formerly known as OR, Ottagon Addiction Recovery. Ottagon is a combination of Ottawa and Allegan. We still serve both Ottawa and Allegan County, as well as Kent and Muskegon. But we have about 1,500 people that walk through our doors each year, and 80% of them are from Ottawa County, and most of those people are from right here in Holland. We have about just over 300 people go through our residential programs. We have 90-day long-term residential rehabs, if you will. We have Chester Ray for men and Harbor House for women. And those two houses are the heart of our organization. 40% of those people that walk into those homes are unhoused themselves. They have nowhere to go when they leave. So a huge part of what we do is we walk alongside them throughout their journey. They go through group counseling each day. They go through individual counseling. They meet with a case manager. They get them connected to different resources here in the community. We partner with other nonprofits in the community and get them connected with them. We have recovery coaches who are people with lived experience who walk alongside them. And we get them into transitional housing and get them with the resources they need to live self-directed, self-sustaining lives. And it's a beautiful thing that we get to do for a living. It doesn't really feel like work to me. I'm a person in recovery myself, so to be able to walk alongside people and watch that light bulb come on and give and inspire hope and see them get reconnected with their families and live those lives that they didn't even think was possible is an absolute miracle and a blessing. And so thank you for the recognition. We appreciate it.
Isn't it a privilege to know about the work that people do to make life better for each other? And here to introduce yet another recipient is Penny Schuff.
Hi, everybody. Yes, my name is Penny Schuff, and I'm a proud member of the Human Relations Commission, and I'm here to honor the education category for our Social Justice Award. The winner for that category is Cynthia Martinez. Filmmaker, as well as many other things, Cynthia Martinez's passion is to highlight the intersection of diversity and education by bringing forth the often overlooked stories of Latino and first-generation college students. Cynthia's 2023 documentary, First Voice Generation follows 3 Holland area trio students as they wrestle with identity, belonging, and their college dreams as children of Mexican immigrants. Cynthia shares their stories with the community through film screenings, student events, and public conversations. And this all took place during the pandemic, which is pretty amazing. Cynthia's openness about her own journey as a granddaughter of Mexican migrant farm workers who became a first-generation college student herself helps others, especially youth, feel seen and underscores the importance of representation among educators and community leaders. Now, Cynthia, since 23, has stepped into the public arena and got elected to the school board, and she's done many, many other things. And if you haven't seen First Voice Generation, you need to see it. It's I personally, as a documentarian for many years in Chicago, was so overwhelmed at the quality and the emotional integrity of this film. So if you get a chance, see First Voice Generation. Cynthia, many of you know her in the community, and I am very proud in the category of education to bestow this honor on Cynthia Martinez.
Thank you so much. It is an honor to be here with all of you tonight. Thank you to the commission, who I know works tirelessly, donates their time, their expertise to give back to our community. Thank you to Esther. You are an incredible role model and someone I've watched through the years, and you have encouraged me through this film process since I moved back home. I want to thank the mayor and the city council for continuing to have these awards and doing this justice work. It is meaningful more now than ever. We celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, who famously said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." Equity and access to education, healthcare, housing is what matters. So thank you, each and every one of you. I know I invited a lot of you in the room today for showing up for me. I can only shine brightly because there are so many stars in this room today that help me shine. If you know me personally, I'm not a person of many words. God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I firmly believe that we need to use those in proportion. When I started journalism school, I thought I wanted to be in front of the camera. And I quickly found out I loved being behind the camera. It wasn't so much about using my voice, but it was about giving a voice to the voiceless. I am the granddaughter of Mexican migrant farm workers. I am the daughter to 2 parents who had me as teenagers. Growing up, all I wanted to do in the summer was go to Camp Geneva. I never got to go to Camp Geneva. Instead, I stood long hours on a farm on Quincy Street or in Fenville on my grandparents' farm picking blueberries. Because my mom told me if I wanted new school clothes for the upcoming school year, I had to go to the fields and pick to help contribute to the cost of my clothing, just like she did and just like my grandparents did. The First Voice Generation film was inspired by my personal story and struggle to rise above the cycle of generational poverty and be the first in my family to go to college. Trio Upward Bound was a program that was born out of the civil rights movement. Legislation was put in place to help level the playing field in education and combat the war on poverty. And now this program is under attack. It is under threat and has been to be eliminated under our current administration. And also, the Department of Education has also been under threat to be completely defunded. I bring this up, and I just don't want to ignore that because I am a product of Trio Upward Bound, a program that has existed here at Hope College for almost 60 years. That program saved my life. It showed me that somebody like me, coming from a migrant farm working family, coming from teenage parents, that I did belong. on the college campus at Hope. I spent my summers in Durfee Hall and eating at Phelps Hall. It was life-changing. And so I can't ignore this opportunity. As I said, I'm not one of many words, but today, 2026, is a year to use your voice. And that is what First Voice generation is all about. I'm also a product of public education. I am proud to say that I am a Panther for life. TRIO taught me what it means to advocate for something that I believe in, so much so that is why I made the First Voice Generation film, a film that now has screened over 35 times across this country at colleges, universities, and film festivals. And from some of those profits that I've made from talking about this film, I've been able to donate $20,000 back into our community to nonprofits right here that impact our first-gen low-income students. Our nonprofits, our programming is what matters here in our community. So I want to just continue to highlight the importance of community-based programs. When I was elected to serve on the West Ottawa School Board, one of the things I wanted to do was visit every single elementary school. I wasn't even sworn in yet, but that was an objective that I wanted to do because you see, trust was really important to start gaining with people in the community because when I decided to run, I ran on a platform of representation. And to many in the community, they applauded that. But there were people in the community that didn't believe that representation was a reason to run for the school board. And I found that to be very hurtful. I'm a very emotional, I have sensitive person, even right now I'm trying to get through this speech. But I just want to talk about the fact that, and I want to illustrate going to one of the elementary schools, why representation matters. I went to the school to help with a Santa's workshop, and the children were coming in, and it was a pretty rambunctious crowd. I think it was first or second graders. And I walked over to the teacher and I said, what can I do to help? And I could tell she was pretty overwhelmed. And she looked at me and she said, you might want to help that one because he just got into this country and he doesn't speak any English. Now, at that moment, I was a little taken back. I then learned later that she was a substitute teacher. And it was a long day for her. And I share that because we have a crisis in our nation right now. That is a teacher shortage. And we are not immune to that here in this community. So I share that story for two things, right? Substitute teacher that day. And secondly, when I went over to that boy, I bent down on one knee. I looked him in the eye. And I said, me llamo es Señora Martínez, ¿cómo te llamas? And in his little voice, he said, Mateo. And I said, ven conmigo. And his little friends who was causing trouble with, they looked up at me. And I said, ¿Quieres ir con nosotros también? Like, come. And so they came with me, and we all sat down at the library table, and then we began the project together. And I just sat there and talked with them and learned a little more about that boy's story. So those were the two things I wanted to mention, that why representation matters, why we have this teacher shortage in our not just in our country, but in our nation or in our community. Statistics prove time and time again, when students see someone that looks like them, they're more likely to be successful in the classroom. Someone that looks like them has shared their lived experience, has knowledge of their culture, and looks and talks like them. It helps the student to be more susceptible and open to learning. 54% of West Ottawa Public Schools identify as non-white. 17% of our student population identify as English language learners. 86% of Latinos in Ottawa County do not have a college degree. I have a pie in the sky dream to create a strong and robust, grow our own teacher program in this community. And so I bring that up because it's something that's going to take not just people here in this room, not just one school district, but it needs to be a collaborative effort, a community effort of partnership, finances, and a call to action. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to mention that because I know there's been different initiatives and small grants here and there, but it is not enough. We need to be more aggressive as a community to grow our own teachers right here. Students who already know the area, who are familiar, who have their family ties here. And when I talk about collaboration of community and partnership, I want to mention an organization in this community. I know I talk a lot about TRIO and the impact that TRIO has had in my life. For example, Liz Colburn is here tonight. She has been a tremendous mentor to me in my entire life, and Andrea Mireles, who's not here, but have been like mothers to me and gave me the trust and the ability to create this project when we all didn't know what was happening during that pandemic or how we were going to navigate these young people making it through that summer of 2020. But I want to mention the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Holland, who helped me to complete this film, because while it started out highlighting TRIO, we then shifted. There was a student who, and if you've seen the film, was a part of both programs. And I didn't know as much about Boys and Girls Club because it wasn't around, or it just had been inception while I was in high school. But I want to say thank you to that organization for helping to bring this film to life. Because at that time, I want to mention Craig Spolhoff, God bless him, because he gave me a shot. He didn't know me. I remember being terrified having to pitch to him the purpose of this project and where I was trying to bring it. And he trusted me. And I went on to work with Ty and Justin and Mary and documenting the Youth of the Year program. It is incredible what the club does and walks alongside these students to teach them about public speaking and leadership. And I'd like to invite you all, if you haven't been to a Youth of the Year program, it's happening on March 19 this year. Go, watch, support the work that our students, our children are doing. Show up to their programming, donate to what their causes are or how to support them. And so thank you to the Boys and Girls Club, and thank you for being here today. And I'll wrap up because I know that time is up here. I want to give glory to God in this moment because coming back here, I didn't want to come back here. This place, Holland, I didn't always feel like I belonged, and you hear this in the opening line of my film, unless I was wearing my Dutch costume during tulip time. And now I'm proudly raising 2 bilingual, bicultural children. My husband really is from the Netherlands. I spent my life running away from the Dutch culture only to fall in love with it all over again. So please continue to support community-based programming. Please, as I mentioned, we need to do something about the teacher shortage. So I won't stop talking about that, and you will see me continue to talk about that in our community. I also want to mention that West Isle Public Schools is having their theater program. Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat will be showing in February 13, 14, and 15. So show up to these programs, donate to these programs, whatever way that you can give back. I ask you to do that today, and thank you for this incredible honor. Thank you very much.
Did we do well? Did we do well? What an incredible storyteller and very important issues and advocate. So now I'd like to introduce another Human Relations Commissioner, Catherine Ristola Bass.
Good evening. I'm Catherine Ristola Bass. I'm the chair of the Social Justice Committee, past chair of the Human Relations, and I'm so happy to see all these familiar, friendly faces. As somebody who didn't grow up here, it's lovely to know so many people here in the room. This is, without exaggerating, my favorite night of the year. I've been doing this for multiple years, and I really love this night. Thank you for gathering together so we can all honor the good work being done in our community. You might not be surprised to know that I met the gentleman I'm about to introduce when he knocked on my door, because he's knocked on many, many doors. I'm happy to be a constituent of Doug Zylstra. He ran multiple times before he won his seat. And I hope, I assume that you, like me, are so grateful for his calm, reasoned, clear, gentle voice. Start walking up, Doug. Since 2019, Doug has served on as the Ottawa County Commissioner representing the City of Holland. A consistent advocate for the marginalized in the community, Doug has been a strong voice supporting policies that ensure equal access and opportunity, and has been central to many of the positive changes at the county level that impact Holland's most vulnerable populations. He has been an outstanding advocate for public health services and worked to help fund the Ottawa County Housing Fund and the ODC child care expansion using American Rescue Plan funding. Please, please honor Doug Zylstra.
So Catherine, you'll be happy to know that they lengthened our terms at the county. So they're 4-year terms, so you won't see me for another couple of years, but hopefully I'll see you all in 2028. Thank you, Esther, and thank you, HRC. I've known Esther for quite a while, and I've always appreciated her steadfastness to the mission, right? And I want to thank the Holland Human Relations Commission, for this honor and for your decades of quiet and persistent work that make moments like this possible for all of us. I have had the opportunity to represent the City of Holland, the Ottawa County Board of Commissioners, for almost 8 years now. And one important lesson I've learned is that what happens at the dais, and we have one of these similar at Ottawa County, is often simply a reflection of the work already happening in our community. Real change doesn't start with commissioners, maybe with city councilors. I think you guys do a great job. But with the commissioners, it starts with residents who refuse to accept unfairness and who persist in seeking solutions to problems that we can fix. I've been fortunate to witness that firsthand. It has been deeply inspiring. I'm grateful to all those who support me in this work, to all my constituents, to all residents of Ottawa County, and all of those who challenge me not to get comfortable. Thank you for holding me accountable to our shared values, for pushing me to listen when it's hard, and for reminding me that my job isn't to dictate outcomes, but to represent this community honestly and responsibility. To my family, Ines, Sebastian, and especially my wife, Ketsi, thank you for your deep support. It's not possible, as many of you know, to represent without your family and their long-suffering support. To county staff who do this work every day, often without recognition, thank you for all you do. To my colleagues on the board and the many friends and partners across our community who refuse to stay on the sidelines, thank you for insisting that fairness guides everything we do. And again, to the Human Relations Commission, thank you for your leadership, for creating space to recognize that this work matters, and for modeling what it means to build bridges in divided times. I'm honored to do it alongside you. Thank you.
We now welcome Commissioner Cindy Pocock for the next award.
Good evening. The City of Holland Social Justice Community Relations winner is an organization called the Holland Zealand Women Who Care. And I personally think they are very deserving of this honor since I'm a member. Since its inception in 2006, Women Who Care have awarded $1,352,685 to organizations in our community. Their motto, women coming together to learn about community needs and collectively investing in a solution ensures that all nonprofits of all sizes have a fair and equitable opportunity to be considered for funding. This approach, I think, reflects the heart of the Social Justice Award. Women Who Care Works is about 200 women, we'd like it more, who commit to being a member, and that commitment involves attending 4 short meetings and giving $100 at each meeting. At the meeting, an opportunity is provided to 3 members of Women Who Care to present a 5-minute explanation of a local charity or agency's need or program. Then there's an opportunity for questions, and a vote is taken. The winner is announced, and each woman attending writes a check to the winning organization. Pretty simple. Over 40 different nonprofits, agencies, 501c3s have benefited from this process. Some are well known in this community, and some not so well known, but what they do is so important, and the service they provide to their particular niche is vital. This organization, Women Who Care, was founded by a small group of women: Annie Gamache, Jeanette Hoyer, Jan Patterson, Rox Nienhuis, and Stacy Campice, some of who are here tonight to receive the award. Congratulations.
Thanks, you guys. We were going to say something, but Cindy pretty much said it all, except we are one more time going to say the amount we've given.
It's almost 1.4 now after our last meeting, because I think what I gave you. I just want to tell you that since Jane and we all started, I've written a check for $5,900 approximately, and we have given 1.4. So the power of numbers of what these women have done is totally amazing, and we thank anybody who's here as a member, and if you know of a person, and if you want to join, you can find our website. Just put in Women Who Care, Holland, Zeeland, and we'll show up, and our next meeting is February 3rd at 393, Port 393, there by the Heinz Pickle Factory. We have a meet and greet between 5 and 5:30. We start right at 5:30, and we're done by 6:30. So thank you very much for this award. We're really excited.
Congratulations. Esther?
Well, tonight's recipient of the Lifetime Social Justice Award is being awarded to a very special person. For more than 4 decades, and especially during her 11 years as director of the Herrick District Library, Diane Koiker has served Holland's diverse population with dignity, inclusion, and vision by embedding inclusive values into every facet of the work at the library. She has worked to eliminate barriers to library services, increased access to resources. She champions programming that highlights a wide range of cultural perspectives. She ensures multilingual resources are readily available and prioritizes accessibility for patrons with varying needs and abilities. I had the opportunity to meet Diane Koiker when we worked on a compilation of oral histories for Nuestra Comunidad, for the Latin American community, and for our Asian American community. And it was at that time I realized, wow, she's pretty amazing. We're really lucky to have her in Holland. When you see members of the library team working on these types of cultural initiatives, you know that the organization is being led by a trailblazer. She has led affirmatively from the top, and she showcases and celebrates the diversity of our great community. Diane leverages the strength of the community through partnerships, whether it be the school, Brooks College of Interdisciplinary Studies, the district courts, and many other organizations here in Holland, including the Human Relations Commission and the International Relations Commission. One of her collaborations is with Community Action House and the library. So Community Action House brings social workers into the library to help the unhoused community find the resources they need, find jobs. They help with a variety of aspects to help them move along and advance. Under Diane's leadership, staff members receive 2 years of ongoing training to work with the unhoused community. The Michigan Library Association has deemed that partnership as the gold standard. So I would like to introduce Diane Quaker. I'd like her to come up. I'm sure you all know her, but she truly deserves to be recognized for her work.
Thanks. Thank you so much for the award. I have to begin by saying that I don't really feel like I personally deserve this award. I have so much to learn in the area of social justice. But I do believe that my organization, the Herrick Library, is deserving of the honor. And so I'm going to share a little bit about the work of the library. So our mission at the library is to connect, to discover, and to create. Libraries connect people. We connect you to resources, to information, to technology. From Reader's Advisory, you need a good book, I think I can find you one, to finding a study room where you need to study with a group or individually, to technology. If you need some help figuring out that phone, we can help you. To whatever that need is, we connect you to that resource that you need. Beyond that, we connect people to each other. Brene Brown reminds us that connection is why we're here. It is what gives us purpose and meaning. That is the heart of what we do at the library every day. Discover. We want people to discover something new, ideally with a sense of wonder. Books, AV resources, games, internet-connected computers, digital resources, and our library of things. And if you have no idea what a library of things is, I have a whole staff who is willing to show and tell what a library of things is, as well as events and classes, all on a huge variety of topics for every age group and every demographic in our community are available at the library. If you haven't visited our makerspace is one of the places where we create. Groundworks is our makerspace, and I encourage you to stop by and figure out what a 3D printer is or whatever else we have in there. It's just an amazing resource. It's a space that anyone can explore, something that sparks their curiosity. Underlying our mission are core values of service, equal access, collaboration, and professionalism. We do work to remove barriers and offer diverse resources wherever we can. Everyone deserves to see themselves represented in the library's collections. Books act as windows into experiences of others and mirrors of our own experiences. And good libraries include a wide range of ideas and opinions, and good readers seek to understand another person's point of view. Everyone has the right to choose what they wish to read, and no one has the right to impose their values on others. Collaboration is our value, and one where we have experienced incredible growth. I'm guessing that just about every nonprofit in the area has a connection with us in some way, shape, or form. Esther mentioned our collaboration with Community Action House. After COVID, we wanted to do away with a security person who was trying to enforce rules but wasn't really a good fit for the library. And we said what we really need is a social worker to work with people and make sure that they have that connection to resources that they need. And so we hired social workers at Community Action House to be in our buildings on a regular basis. They're here at the main library 20 hours a week and at North Branch 1 day a week. And they are trained professionals to help connect patrons to resources that we as librarians cannot either know or legally cannot connect people to. They help people navigate food assistance, housing support, mental health resources, job training, and so much more. It is a truly wonderful collaborative partnership. I want to end this with the same challenge that I gave our staff during a recent in-service. And I said this: we all have the opportunity and the responsibility to first learn, research, and understanding the challenges that face our community. We have the opportunity to support a diversity of perspectives. We have the obligation to fight mail, and disinformation. We have the opportunity to value libraries. We get to be involved. We get to be part of the solution. We get to keep learning. It's a lifelong pursuit. We get to keep doing better. It's not easy work, but when we work together, when we collaborate creatively, when we act professionally and treat one another with dignity and respect, we not only build a stronger library, we build a stronger community. Thank you.
Well, this is it. This closes the Social Justice Awards ceremony. We invite our award recipients, their friends and family, to the atrium to have some refreshments. Please make sure when you leave that you take everything, because City Council will be meeting, and it's awfully uncomfortable to walk in and disturb a City Council meeting.
Good evening and welcome to the January 21, 2026 regular meeting of the Holland City Council. I am Mayor Nathan Box and I'm calling this meeting to order. Brenda, would you please call the roll?
Okay, Klomparens.
Here.
Vreeman.
Here.
Raymond. Here. Corbin. Here. Schultheis. Mayor Keen.
Here.
Rowan. Shea.
Here.
Mayor Box.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Wonderful, thank you. We are going to begin this evening's meeting as we have for many years. First with an opening prayer this evening by Councilmember Shea, followed immediately by the Pledge of Allegiance, and we invite you to join us if you're so inclined.
Almighty Creator, send down upon those who hold office in this city the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, with that steadfast purpose that may faithfully serve in their offices to promote the well-being of all people. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Shea. Next item on our agenda are consent agenda items. These are items that are considered to be fairly routine, and they will be enacted in one motion unless a member of the public has to have an item removed from the consent agenda, and then it will be placed in its regular order on the regular agenda. But before I ask if anyone would like to do that, Brenda, would you please review the consent agenda items for us?
Item 4A, excuse the absences of council members Rowan and Schultheis. 4B, approve the minutes of the January 7 regular meeting and January 14 study session. 4C, accept executed oaths of office. 4D, a grant of utility easements for Holland City Fiber, Myrtle Court, and 1222 West 32nd Street. 4E, Unit 7 and 8 switchgear replacement service board recommendation. 4F, a listing agreement with Coldwell Banker, Woodland Schmidt. 4G, claims filed against the city. 4H, approve the purchase of subcompact tractor for the ice park. 4I, the October financial reports. 4J, the quarterly investment report. 4K, approve the submission of Michigan Arts and Culture Council application. And 4L, accept the RAP 3.0 grant for Holland Bike Park.
Great. Thank you, Brenda. Is there any member of the public that would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda? Seeing none. Any member of council that would like to have an item removed from consent? Seeing none there. What is the pleasure of council in regard to the consent agenda?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Moved by Vreeman. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Raymond. Any discussion? Seeing none. Brenda, would you please call the roll?
Klomparens.
Yes.
Vreeman.
Yes.
Raymond.
Yes.
Corbin. Yes. Mayor Keen.
Yes.
Shea.
Yes.
Mayor Box.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item number 5, public comment. Under the Open Meetings Act of the State of Michigan, we provide the public the opportunity to address council at our regular meetings, our study sessions, and every one of our board, committee, and commission meetings. This is an opportunity for the public to be able to address council on any subject that you believe is important. We do have guidelines that we ask you to follow. First, each person may speak only one time for up to 5 minutes. There are 3 lights on the dais in front of me. There's a green light, a yellow light, and a red light. Green light means that you're doing well on time. Yellow light means that you have 1 minute left, and the red light means that your time has expired, and we are strict about that. This is one-way communication. It's an opportunity for you to be able to address council, but we do not answer questions or engage in discussion at this time. But if there's a question that staff may be able to answer after the meeting, they may be able to circle back to you with that. We also ask that when you come to the podium, you please do state your name and the municipality in which you live, because it's important for us to know whether you're a resident of the city of Holland. Now, having said that, is there anyone here who would like to address council at this time? If so, please come forward. And you are one of our HIAC students from Holland Youth Advisory Council,
Yes.
and I'm sure you have been prepped. but I'm going to say it so that the public knows as well. We have a couple of other things that we always love to know from you guys: what school you go to, what grade you're in, what you're doing with HIAC, and if you have any plans for the future. And as I always say, if you don't, that's fine, because I didn't have any either when I was your age.
Okay.
Welcome.
Hi. So my name is Tatiana Alvarez. I'm a junior at West Ottawa High School, and I serve on the Social Services Committee. In the future, I plan to attend a four-year college, hopefully the University of Michigan. As many of you may or may not know, ICE agents have made their way to Michigan with confirmed sightings as close as Grand Rapids. On social media, teenagers and young adults are reposting hotlines for help in numbers to report these sightings. How is this okay? How can we turn a blind eye to this? Once said by Anne Frank, terrible things are happening outside. At any time of night and day, poor helpless people are being dragged out of their homes. Families are torn apart. Men, women, and children are separated. Children come home from school to find that their parents have disappeared. This was never about deporting immigrants. This is about power and control. Illegal immigrants have been deported in millions prior, and only now is there a mass of Americans coming together because of this injustice. As a person of color myself, as a Latina, frankly, I am scared for my safety. I am scared that my family and grandmothers could be racially profiled any second. This is the first time in my life where I'm questioning whether a school ID or driver's license is enough. I question bringing my passport or even my birth certificate go out because of these agents terrorizing our country. This is not okay. This is not normal, and this cannot be our future. As a community, we ought to ask ourselves, what can I do or how can I help? We need to take action, and we must take it now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address council at this time? And you are also one of our HIAC students.
Yes,
Welcome.
I am. My name is Amelia Hoff. I serve on the Social Services Committee. I attend West Ottawa High School, and in the future I hope to attend a four-year college. Today I want to talk about something that I care deeply about. About a year ago, my family witnessed something heartbreaking. We saw someone pull into a parking lot, drop off a puppy, and drive away. Luckily, because my family loves animals, we were able to rescue that puppy and find it a safe, loving home. Well, I'm grateful I was there to help. That experience stayed with me. It made me wonder how often this happens and how many animals are not as lucky. Animal neglect, abandonment are much more common than we would like to believe. Many animals are left confused, injured, or in dangerous situations simply because people don't know what else to do. What makes this even more upsetting is that there are safe, humane options available, places like the Humane Society, where they can be surrendered without harm. However, I don't think everyone in our community knows about this. That is why I believe we, as leaders in our Holland community, have the opportunity to make a difference. We can educate our residents about safe animal drop-off locations, such as the Humane Society. This could be done by providing pamphlets, sharing information online, or putting money towards places that can safely intake animals. My hope is that by increasing awareness, we can prevent unnecessary suffering and save animals from being abandoned, neglected, or hurt. Together, we can make Holland a safer and more compassionate place for both people and animals. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address council at this time? And you are also one of our HIAC students.
Yes, I am.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Elida Burmeister. I serve on the Social Services Committee. I attend West Ottawa High School, and I plan in the future to attend a four-year college. I'm here today to talk about a person and program that has changed my life and will hopefully go on to change others as well. The LINKS program at West Ottawa High School is a class that can be taken by students to help special needs students with developing social skills and school tasks. These special needs students go out into businesses in the community to find jobs and make relationships to help them find out what life may look like after high school. The meaning behind LINKS is a peer-to-peer program focused on spreading awareness to students about special needs students, bridging the gap between a student with a disability and a student with no disabilities. Well, ultimately, this program has been much more than I had ever expected. I began this program in 6th grade, and I am still in it now as a junior in high school. LINKS brought out a side of me that I never knew, a side that was always wanting to help others and wanting to see others grow to their fullest potential. While being in LINKS, I have met many people, but one person who has always stuck with me is Brody Leday, one of the many students in this program that has brought light into my life. Brody was born with cerebral palsy and was told he was never going to speak. I was stunned to figure this out because Brody is one of the most talkative people that I know. Brody has shown me that when challenges are set in front of you, it is ultimately up to you what the outcome will be. The day that I met Brody, I was sitting at a cafeteria table in the morning, and without knowing who I was, Brody sat next to me and said how excited he was to be starting high school, and we began talking the rest of breakfast that morning. And from then on, we continued talking with each other every morning, watching The Muppet Show, Brody's favorite TV show, and listening to Christmas music. As I began working with Brody in the classroom, I saw him grow with reading and math, and even with developing social skills. His bubbly, fun personality shines through every day at school, and he always knows he has people to support him even on the bad days. But I wasn't the only one seeing the Links program's impact on Brody. His mom saw it too. As I spoke with her, she said these programs have provided Brody with many fun and engaging experiences where he has been challenged to move outside his comfort zone and participate in activities that make him proud of himself. Brody's attendance at school is indicative of his passion and enjoyment he has for his school family. Being able to hear the impact this program has made on Brody makes me want other special needs students to also have the support and encouragement that students at West Ottawa have been given. When kids are able to go out into the community to explore jobs they enjoy, it shows them that there is more to life after high school than they have, and that there are many paths that they are able to go down. Just like many of us here today, we have had to make choices about what to do after high school. These kids need that same guidance. The only way to make that happen is through creating a program to help them see that, which is Links. When these kids with special needs are paired with somebody without a disability, it helps them make social connections and learn how to talk to others. Having the Links program spread throughout this area will not only benefit these kids, but also their families and the community. When bringing Links programs into schools, it can help more kids with special needs find jobs they enjoy and pursue them. Ultimately, by implementing Links into more schools in the area, it is helping people with special needs prepare for college, find jobs for after high school, or help them know that they are seen and loved by others. In the end, this all makes a difference in these students' lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address council at this time? And would you please state your name and municipality for the record?
Ann Henriksen, Zeeland. Dr. King, who we honored this month, was a minister before he was a civil rights leader, and any remembrance of him should also celebrate his deep Christian faith. He himself said, "Before I was a civil rights leader, I was a preacher of the gospel. This was my first calling, and it still remains my greatest commitment. Our God is a just God. Jesus was Jewish, a man of color, not white. He came to save mankind because of sin, not skin color. We are all sinners at birth. We all stand on equal ground at the cross, born in sin, needing a Savior." Dr. King was able to rise to such a prominent position by the word and the will of God. His eloquence and inspiration were from God. Dr. King was given the strength to stand up against injustices. It's God's strength. Racism is not from God. We can never step out into the civil rights arena without God. Without God, the result breeds hate, division, dominance, oppression, evil, powerful, destruction, and war. Now listen to the contrast, Dr. King speaking down through the ages. "Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream," he stated before launching into his most famous passage. "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, that we hold these truths self-evident, that all men are created all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today." Building up a cadence that had the crowd engaged and enthused, he concluded, "And when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Change is important, and we hope the City of Holland's division against religious freedom is in the past. We had hoped in 2026, Dr. Martin Luther King's celebration would have exhibited our religious freedoms to love our neighbor as ourselves with respect and justice. Now I have a dream for this council. As you pass the 2026 budget, that the Holland Park bandshell would be repaired. February 19th, 2025, people came in from the area to the council and asked to use this stage for worship. They were denied. They suggested raising money to help repair its dilapidated condition. Following that meeting in March 2026 council meeting, Mr. Van Beek promised as he turned to the council and announced that Holland Park bandshell would be repaired in the 2026 budget. Truth be told, the surrounding neighborhood would be blessed and our religious freedoms would ring from the stage. Please, council, please ask Mr. Van Beek, please, council, please consider Mr. Van Beek's promise to this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address council at this time? Seeing none, I will close the public comment period. Next item on the agenda, item number 9, written petitions and communications. In addition to providing the public the opportunity to address council in person, we also do have an email address where you can send written communications to City Council, and they will be received by all City Council members. That address is publiccomment@cityofholland.com. Again, publiccomment@cityofholland.com. When we receive those in between our regular meetings, we then accept them into the record at our regular meetings, and we do have one this evening. We don't read them out loud at the meetings, but we do accept them into the record. And as I said, we do have one. And so I would entertain a motion from council to accept that into the record.
So moved.
Moved by Raymond. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Shea. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item 12, Echo 6.1, gifts. Brenda, would you please review the gifts for us?
The city manager's office is pleased to report the following gift. For the Parks and Recreation Sal Perez Youth Scholarship Fund, the reporting dates of July 1, 2025 to December 31, 2025. Donations totaling $7,195.43 from employee deductions and cash receipt donations.
Great, thank you. What is the pleasure of council in regard to the gifts?
Move to receive those gifts and give a note of our gratitude and plant them to the appointed categories.
Great, thank you, Mr. Vreeman. We got a motion from Mr. Vreeman. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Raymond. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Communications from the Assistant City Manager, Mr. Van Dyken.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a quick reminder, this Saturday at 8 o'clock at the DeGraff Nature Center is your retreat. So one of your key planning opportunities as we head into fiscal year 2027. Put your heads together. It's going to be a little chilly this weekend, and as a matter of fact, my next item, I want to talk about that a little bit more, but we'll have some refreshments for you. We'll try to get you out of there by roughly noon, but however long we need to take to deliberate, so we have a clear understanding of what your goals are going into the next fiscal year, is however long we'll take. The second thing is, if you haven't noticed, winter's back, and this weekend is going to absolutely be brutally cold, like really, really cold. So I just wanted to say a thanks from our office, hopefully from you as council as well, just a thanks to the folks that they're still going to be out in it. Police, fire, transportation, parks, they all are out in that cold, no matter if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever it is. So just if you see them, thank them. Everybody, when it's snowing, slow down. I think we learned a pretty good lesson the other day on what happened out on the highway of when people don't slow down. I'm old enough to remember when you had to do this in your vehicle, but there used to be a little switch where you had to turn your headlights on. That little switch actually still works, and you can turn your headlights on. Don't trust your car to turn them on. If you got a lighter colored vehicle and it is blowing and snowing and doing all it's going to do, it sounds like it's going to do it again tonight, it's very hard to see. We don't want anybody to get hurt. Turn your headlights on, fiddle with it in your driveway so you're not fiddling with it going down the road. And just if you see somebody that's out working, police, fire, wave, thank you out the window. I think all are appropriate. So that's all I have this evening.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Van Dyken. Next item on the agenda, appointments and communications from the mayor. And I'm going to piggyback on what you just said, Matt. I had to head into work on Monday morning during the whiteout. And as I was turning the corner near Collin Park, went past the shortest street, I believe, in the city of Holland, which is Dock Street, and happened to notice that one of our plows was plowing Dock Street at 7 o'clock on Monday morning on an incredibly snowy day. And I thought to myself, if they are already plowing the shortest street in the city of Holland at 7 o'clock on Monday morning, they've been out all night long. And so again, a big thank you to those guys that are out there all night long, working to keep the streets cleared, keeping things safe for folks. I have been seeing our police officers, our firefighters out there continually over these last few days. And so, yeah, I want to put a big exclamation point on what you said, and as well, seen some folks out there without their headlights on thinking that exact same thing. So, yes, I'm going to put a big exclamation point on what you just said. I do have a couple of appointment recommendations this evening. I'm recommending to the City Council that they approve the reappointments of Marvin Martin to the Dangerous Structures as a Dangerous Structures Hearing Officer for a 3-year term expiring December 31, 2028, and Brian Birch to the Holland Local Development Finance Authority, the LDFA Smart Zone Board, for a 4-year term expiring on December 31, 2029, and I would entertain a motion in that regard. Moved by Scott Corbin. Is there support?
Support.
Is that Mr. Marroquin? All right, that's support by Mr. Marroquin. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. And that is that motion carries, and that is all I have this evening. Next item on the agenda, appointments, motions, communications from council members. Anything from council members this evening? Nothing from council members. Then there's just one more motion I would entertain at this time. Moved by Klomparns. And is there support? Support by Corbin. All right. Any discussion? We are adjourned. Thank you all. Have a great night.